Hey everyone, I want to talk about what to expect in the morning when you wake up with OCD during the OCD recovery journey, anxiety, PTSD, body dysmorphic disorder, really anything that's difficult in your life, and why the morning period is such a substantially important aspect of changing your life for most people. Yes, we work with people that work overnights, but I still mean just from the moment you open your eyes when you would normally get out of bed until the next hour or two of your day. This is a really telling thing. Usually when I peer into the window of someone's routines in the morning, I can get a very good idea of their mindset, how they're thinking about their OCD and anxiety suffering, what things I would recommend to change, where I went wrong because the mornings were really bad. Well, I wasn't even waking up in the morning because I was going to sleep in the morning from all the video games I was playing. So that was problematic. So before I go any further, please subscribe, hit that like button down below. A lot of people are really enjoying the amount of sleep content I'm doing because it's where you spend a lot of your life. I mean, a lot of people, the cliche statement, you spend 1/3 of your life sleeping. So for most people, I think that for myself, I sleep more when my body requires it. This is a great time to make this. I slept. I woke up today. I wasn't feeling great because of the amount I've been working over the last 6 weeks. And I took a 2.5 hour nap from 5:30 to almost 8-ish, or 5:45 to 8:15-ish. That is not a normality to me, but because it's not a normality to me, because I used to be really hard on myself. Don't ever nap. You can't. Napping's for losers. You're an idiot. Then I would justify my work. Oh, now if my body wants to take a nap, I take a nap. It just doesn't happen that often. Today was just one of those days. I would say maybe once a month, couple times a quarter, every couple months it happens, especially when I get back from a vacation or something like that. And I'm going to talk to you about what my mornings usually look like. Yours don't need to look like this, but why it gives me a very good routine to start my day. And I've talked about this in detail, but it's important to talk about it again and see what I see. So look for that direct message for Phil, the WhatsApp link down below. Remember the webinars, 8:30 p.m. UK time. They are a lot of fun. And now we move to Zoom, and they just are moving smooth. They move smoother now, just because Skype can be a little weird the larger the amount of people get there. And I think people are really going to enjoy them being moved to Zoom. So my morning routine tends to look like this. Most days I'm up at 4:55 in the morning. That includes Saturdays and Sundays as well, because I do go to the gym on Saturdays. And Sundays I do one-to-ones a little earlier. This Sunday coming up, I have a one-to-one at 4:30. I try not to do that too much, but if it happens, it happens. I just make it work as best as I can. I go to the gym Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Thursdays are long days for me. This was one of those days, like I said, I just tend to have very long Thursdays. It's been like that for about 2 or 3 years now. I don't recommend people do really, really long work days for most people. I don't think it's necessary. And I don't think people really enjoy that, which is fine. I enjoy it. It's what I like to do. But even I'm a human. I have doubts. I mean, there's times where I'm thinking, man, why do I do this to myself sometimes? But I enjoy it. It's a personal mission I like to achieve, but I'm a human and I make mistakes, and that's going to happen. So I tend to I don't believe in the terms of overwork, but I would go more towards those terms than underwork per se. And that's just a personal choice. So when I wake up, my alarm goes off at 4:55 in the morning. I wake up, I put my clothes on, I go into Erica's room because we sleep in separate rooms. I give her a kiss. I didn't used to do that. She would say, hey, can you come in here and give me a kiss before you go to the gym? And I said, sure. That's why we sleep in separate rooms. I didn't know you wanted me to wake you up. So then what would happen is I would go downstairs. I would take my pre-workout, 5 o'clock on the dot, 4:57. I go in, I brush my teeth, I rinse as well with mouthwash. I put my socks on. I keep my socks in the basement. I don't know why I do that, just a weird routine I have. And then I get ready and I go to the gym. And I'm usually out of my door by 5:15. And I think that's really important as well. And then when I go to the gym, I work out for hour and 45 minutes. That's usually when I'm there than when I leave. I come home, I have breakfast, I start doing some emails, I get people scheduled. I actually did miss one thing. Right when my alarm goes off at 4:55, I do open my eyes and go through my WhatsApp messages. And if people are messaging the book, I always say, hey, many of you have got this message. Hey, I'll message you when I get back from the gym. When I'm messaging you that's my eyes are just opening for the UK and European Union and New Zealand times. I mean, it's 4:55 in the morning, and I just don't do my scheduling right then. I come home, I open up my laptop, and I start my first one-to-one most days by 8 o'clock in the morning my time. I would say I have one-to-ones at 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays at 5 a.m., Friday 8, Saturday 8, Sunday 5, except for this one I have 4:30. Sundays are a little bit lighter because those are my hiking days. I like to go out and do things. I tend to work 7 days a week for years. Again, this is just something I enjoy doing. I vary my workload throughout those days. And then what I do is I set my scheduler up on my sticky note here for the day. So today, like I'll get to cross the YouTube video after I do this. Google reviews, stuff like that for my business. 2+ reels. I had 2 people I had to reschedule. I had to move a couple other meetings around, and I make that. So that is a really good morning routine. I have a bunch of sticky notes on my desk. I'll kind of show you what my desk looks like just so you can kind of see. So I have my list of all the TikTok ideas I do right here. So I just cross them out when I make them. Garbage out every Wednesday. This is just something we've been doing with the 10% off on the packs. So if you're looking at booking, we're doing 10% off packs here in the next couple weeks. These are articles I want to write. And then these are sticky notes. Some of these are Ray Dalio principles. Some of them are not. And then this stack over here is, I always have the book so I can go through this with people on calls. This is my goal journal. And then this is my journal. So this is just for goals. This is just personal journal. And then the bottom one, that binders is for my business where I go over separate goals and when I review those once a week. So that's kind of how I do my routines in the morning. And I keep a pretty, I try to keep a pretty organized or tight looking desk space. I think it just looks good. It helps. As Jim Rohn says, the small disciplines do matter in the morning. So the way your morning looks, and if you work night times and you wake up during the day at 2, that's consider that your morning. Those first couple hours of your day are vitally important. So when you're getting up, how you're getting up. I have been sleeping more lately than I have because my work schedule has been going longer. So I have been getting more 7 and 7.5 hours. But I enjoy that 6 hours and 45 minute to 7 hour sweet spot. I think I operate the best. Even 6.5, I can do that. That's happened a long time. If I dip under 6 hours for too many days in a row, I start to feel it and get tired. And then eventually I get these accumulative days like today where I was in bed for 8 hours last night, didn't really sleep that well, woke up, took that 2.5 hour nap, and then I have the rest of my day, working from whatever I did a couple calls at the 4:30 and then 5, and then I work from 9 to 7 to that, which is again, Thursdays are typically like that. Plus all the stuff. I think that the small disciplines in the morning, whether you're sleeping good or not, and how you show yourself, I'm going to get out of bed, I'm going to do these things regardless of how I feel, is a very telling perspective on how you're going to handle your mornings and how you're going to handle the rest of the day, even if you're feeling not the best. So I think a lot of people, they look at me and they watch me in videos and they see how I joke around the group, and then people have an idea that I'm always hyper all the time, but that's not necessarily the case. Now I could snap into hyper mode. I could snap in, and I'm hyper. I've been like that my whole life, right? Whatever you want to call it, ADHD, personality traits, it doesn't really matter what we call it. Humans are just humans. We don't really need labels, but that's just what we do to quantify people's existences. And it's really easy to do. I'm not against that. It just makes it easy to talk about ourselves, per se. So the mornings were very bad for me when I was suffering. I slept until 1 or 2. I wasn't going to work. I wasn't brushing my teeth. I don't think I brushed my teeth more than once a week. My breath probably smelled like shit, all right? God bless Erica. Didn't walk my dogs at all for a year. Erica walked them. I'm not too tired. I can't do it. No way I made my bed. No way I make my bed every day now when I get back from the gym. My room probably wasn't that organized. I had stuff all over my nightstands, especially the picks. I like to use my picks in bed before I go to sleep and then put it on the nightstand and throw it out. I remember times they'd be collected up. That's very sanitary for the contamination OCD crowd. And I didn't really sleep well ever. I've never really slept that well. I sleep great now, but I never really slept before that because of the, playing video games till all hours of the night. My adrenaline would be pumping because I was playing competitive video games up till 1 or 2 in the morning. Even on days I had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So my morning routine was really bad. So please remember that really famous Jim Rohn quote. The reason I like to use it because it's really good is the small disciplines matter. If you can work on the small disciplines, it can carry over. This isn't a verbatim, but you won't be able to handle the large disciplines if you can't handle the small disciplines. And there is some serious truth in that. So thank you so much for watching. Please focus on your morning habits and routines, not in a super utterly rigid, and then we go from there. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think. And then we'll go from there. If you have any comments down below and more sleep stuff, if you want to see more nighttime stuff, you let me know, or maybe midday work routines and things I like to do with that, and we'll go from there. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.